Alright, so part 2. So let's just restart this system. And it won't let me. It's saying that the process just won't die, so you'll never be able to restart your machine. Pull the plug. Alright, so we're going to start. That doesn't make any sense. Sometimes the shutdown process will ask you if you want to kill something you weren't able to kill before. Even if you go up to the little leaf and you go to the process and select kill process, it won't work. And so but it will during shutdown, and sometimes it won't give you that option. So now we got crack attack sounds and crafty. I don't even have crack attack, so that's pointless. The documents for crafty are also pointless. Crimson Fields looks like it does work. See, now my screen's all resized. Just because I want to play some games. Okay, so then we go back to terminal. Get this server running. And let's try this. There are some bright and shiny stars, but there's a lot of things that really... The overall work is just like, oh my god. Okay, let's try Crimson Fields. Okay, that looks like, oh, that might be pretty nice. Actually, it's more like Ages of Empires. I really don't know how to play this. And it resizes your screen. Alrighty, so we've got that. Then we have Critical Mass, which is another... I forgot what this binary was. I want to expand it. I just want to view it. Damn it. It's my Git repository, you son of a bitch. Alright, so... Now, you know what? There's Elephone. Elephone. So I'm gonna try Critter. Right. Where? Oh, there we go. Let's resize the screen once again. Oh, okay, we're back. Didn't have to do that. So this is... Doesn't like the PNG, so okay. But I guess Elephone is some kind of virtual machine or way to get things to work. Alright, now let's try DD2. DD2 actually works okay. Although it does want to take up the whole screen and make it really small. And there actually is sound to this. I've yet to figure out how to shoot, so... I left the game. Turn the volume back on. Let's do that again. What? What was that? I was able to shoot something. Alright, I mean, if I could figure out how to... Let me get it. This is configure keyboard. Hello? Am I going to be allowed to do anything with this? Response, please. Alright, so it just died. Now, even though it gives me this warning, it doesn't mean, and I don't even think it was using XSDL there. Anyway, it's got some promise, although there is the side effect, but it doesn't really read you the resolution. It just takes over the screen. Jigger. This is a reasonably good game, actually. I don't know if it's supposed to have sound, but can I get out of here? Alright. So Digger works. It may not have sound, whatever. This package Doom 1 is just a Doom level file. It's a .wad file. So you can't load it through ScumVM, and even if you did, and later on I'll get to actually the Xdoom, and in order to do that, I guess. And it basically says that you don't have enough colors. Oh, great. Yeah. And I gotta do that. That's a stupid thing. Press the stupid shift key. So I have no hands to work with. I'm gonna put this camera in my mouth so I can talk. You know. So alright, it's got that. Anyway, even if I was able to load up Doom, then theoretically I'd be able to open up this .wad file. Alright, let's go to Duck Maze. Just so you can see my notes. Looks like it's gonna work, but it doesn't, and it just dies. And that has a lot to do with PNG. There's a game called Dungeon that's like one of the 1980s games. Hitchhiker's Guide to the, it's completely text-based, not even as fancy as what you'd see in a Mac. It's like what you get on one of these Apple IIe's back in 1983. But it works. Then we get something called X-Chess, which is another one of these text-based chess games. And then there's a book, which doesn't mean anything. And then there's Fillets, which is also another ping crapper. So then we got this thing called Fire, which is basically just a screensaver. It takes over the screen, but gives it back to you and doesn't want to redo your resolution for you. Something called Fkiss. I don't know what the hell that is. But can't find some sound device, so it just dies. Then there's some game called Flare. That also dies with the PNG. FLTK Sudoku can work with it, but it's not bug free. Okay, I'll start this thing over again. Lucky me, it actually started. This I've had this on here before. You can use it, you just can't really see the mouse all that well. Okay, something called Final Battle, which I have no idea how it's supposed to be used. Flight Gear Data is just data for the flight gear game that I've not been able to build. Familiar used to work, but doesn't seem to work anymore. And maybe it requires that this SDL server not be running. Not the case. Very strange. No idea what the hell is going on. I think I got an SDL that is just stuck. I can't figure out how to run any of the Fortune games, which are basically you're supposed to present a little saying when you open up your terminal. There's like 6 of those. There's a free Civ manual and a free Civ share, but I'm going to restart this. Oh, that was interesting. I'll have to figure out how to repair that, because it may be because I got some other libraries in you know, the libraries that let me run oh, come on. The libraries that let me run GIMP, they're in here. Right? The ones I got from TiltOS. Maybe somehow interfering. And it's not. Something else is going on. I gotta figure out what it is. There's something called Free Civ Share. It's actually in Boot Home Package Share. Free Civ. Capital FR. No, I don't want everything to be that way. And that, it could be it's because it's not pathed. So it may or may not be junk. And then we got this free droid. Well, it looks like it's going to run and then just dies because of the ping deal. Fruit might be a server. I don't know. All right. Whatever that does. All right. Galaga is actually reasonably good for an 80s game. Now, why is this doing it? Oh, because it does not have the X server running. Well then, let's get the X server running, shall we? And it can't find the libraries it needs because I've renamed this. Let's go back. And I should have remembered, of course, and you gotta work on this, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, I actually made a script for this, so it's called Unlock. Now it'll work. Alright, let's try Galaga. It's actually reasonably good. Let's make sure you have control of this little thing here. Space to begin. I'm not hearing any sounds here. Whoa! Got captured. Okay. Alright, well, I'll stop playing that. It works. It may have some deal or some kind of issue with sound. I'm not sure. Now we got something called Gem Drop X, and this one I did not actually test out before I really don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. So hitting the Q key, apparently. Anyway, if I look into it more, maybe I'd figure it out. That works. There's something called Genesis Data. I think it's nothing I could use. I need to have the actual simulator working. Glycomania, which means I have to just restart this damn thing. Okay, open our terminal. Unlock. No such file. Okay, that's fine. Let's start her up again. Let's try the Glycomania. And I don't know how this works. The games that are XAW based seem to work well. The mouse isn't all that great. It seems to cause, whenever the SDL server starts doing this stuff, it means it's probably not going to be able to run the next thing. This one I built recently and I have never tried. Geoltron. I'm probably going to have to restart that thing. Overwriting the defaults. Segmentation violation. Let's start her again. We'll unlock it. Alright. It just doesn't want to run. Okay. Great. Then we got GNU Chess, which is another one of these engines, and some documentation that I can't use. Hopefully quit will allow me to leave. Okay, got that. And there's a GNU Chess 4. Ooh. My move is to quit. Alright, whatever. There's something called GNU Go. And that's Go Stop Curses style. Okay, then we got Gold Dig, which is actually reasonably okay. It's kind of like Donkey Kong. I'm up there at the top. I'm supposed to get these little balls or something, you know. Doesn't really have any sound, I don't think. At least the way I have it. There's something called Greed. Alright. HJKLYUBN H. Alright, so this is curses based, you know, whatever, right? Anyway. Yes, really quit. So I guess that works. The Heretic 2 demo is a mystery. It can't find some LibreX 11 SO6. In fact, what I should do is do a readelf. Readelf is the solution for all your problems on this, and figure out where is it looking for the library. I should probably append it with a -D. It says this is not an ELF file. Not an ELF file. Okay, so that being the case, we have to figure out just what the hell it's trying to look for. Yeah, that's going to be a chock full of fun. It's going to load up thousands of files. Let's find the heretic file. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? So this is actually a script. Which I'm not even... Yeah, I'd probably be able to change it. D... Come on. 2,322. 2,323, 2,487. This is the bin directory, and that's the way it is. Okay, so we can get down there somewhere. Move it down. Okay, H, Hera, H, E. And there's a few broken links here. There's 2 packages that installed but didn't have the hard links in place. Okay, let's try this. Open with the file type. Select the type, go to the text, go to the text, like that. See what we got. What do we got? What do we got? And what do we got? Let's see if we can edit this. So that's what I want to be doing the readelf on. The executable is in the library directory. But this, of course, is also not an executable. Let's go down for all 5,000 files to load up before we get to... Oh, let's go to the Lucky Games directory. That might be better. Loki. Well, okay, it's still counting, so once it... 3,229. 3,526. 3,527. Eventually I'll have, there it is. Okay, there's the demo. Okay, I'm going to open this up with the file types and see what this is pointing to. We got a DZ chain of text. What is it looking for? What does it want? Oh, it seems to be UTF. It thinks it's not an ELF file. Is that what I pointed to before? Yeah, it is. So I don't know what's going on with that. It just didn't... It seems to want to run, but it doesn't know where to find its libraries, and I don't know how it's pathed here. Eventually, maybe I could work with it, but yeah, who knows? I should move on to Hugo because I'm lazy. Okay, let's Hugo. And it says there's no such file directory. What's the deal, Hugo? What's the deal? I have to go back into the packages directory from here. What the hell we built here? The games. Of course, I want to get rid of this. I don't want to upload those things to Git, do I? No, I don't. Bin HC, HD, and HE. So let's see what it does. HC doesn't really tell me what you want to do. HD and HE. So I don't really know how to use this thing. Apparently it's some kind of emulator. I'm going to try ICMB3D. Intercolontalistic. The hell am I doing? What exactly is going on here? Am I trying to shoot down a missile or something? Something isn't working. I get the feeling like there's going to be some nuclear bomb that's going to go off and kill me. Alright, so I've apparently scored somehow. I'll just... Great. Get to restart my SDL server, which... Here. Okay, and that's when you unlock. Alright, what was that? ICBM. Icebreaker. Cannot open live SDL mixer. Let's see what it's trying to look for. And this one actually doesn't have any pathing, so it's wanting to look at a live SDL mixer 1.2 according to the pathing, so that would be in boot system. A boot system lab, or I could put it in boot home non-packaged. So first of all, find out where I stashed that, because it's actually not looking in let's see, config, non-package, levels, this and that. Didn't replace anything, which is what is expected. Try it again. You know, I've actually played this before, so I don't know what the goddamn is going on. This is like, and the mouse works. It's like that game where you know. Alright, so I'm done with that. That works. It's a good game. Reasonable quality. I'm happy. Now we get this IO Quake, whatever the hell it is. Let's see. Put that in the trash. And I gotta look at my packages actually to see whether... And notice, even though one of the SDL mixer, there was no sound coming out of that. The sound is not turned down. So there are issues with a lot of these things here. So how much more of my life would I want to commit to it? So just so someone wouldn't call my software crapware. Well, I've already put, well, let's say for fairness, 2 months into this, you know. Alright, let's try to figure out what the hell this IO Quake thing is. Games. games. Now, just because these things aren't working doesn't mean that some other method's going to work by magic. We're going to have the same issue. In general, if it has a lot to do with pathing or just getting things patched in such a contorted fashion as to Haiku will accept it. And that could be very challenging, especially with library PNG. Yeah, okay, so library PNG patch, which I happen to print out here, just in case you're wondering the size of it. Caliber's patch was, let's see, how many pages is this? There's 15, okay, 16, 19, 18, 19, 20, how many, that's a big, I wouldn't call that a patch, I'd call that writing code. So, 20 pages. That's not just a patch, that is a fix. That is a contortion of the Ping library to get to work in the operating system. Right. So, I'd have to go back and rebuild library PNG and rebuild all these programs to link with library PNG to get those ones that have the PNG issue resolved. Okay, let's get back to this Quake, whatever that is. What do we have here? We have a library, we got a bunch of, basically a bunch of levels for Quake. But no working Quake game. So that's pretty much useless. Alright, let's go on to Ivan. And I think this one actually worked reasonably well. Let's see, IVAN. Start the game! What is my name? My name is Name. What is your name? Now this seems to be an adventure game and you can move around and you're stuck on this little whatever it is. And anyway, I am, if at all possible, going to quit. I am going to say that one works. And notice all the ones that work are SDL-based games. Where's my sound accent? Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay, let's try this jetpack things. I've never used that before. Now, if I knew, actually, it doesn't seem to want to obey the keyboard. It does cause me to walk when I click on the mouse. Oh. So when I press on the middle mouse. Okay, I get it. So I press on the middle mouse, it elevates me, and I can kind of move around. Fuel! So it's a mouse-based game, and you need a third. Am I out of fuel? Tad, burn it. Alright, so I can play this. Alright, that seems to work. Again, I don't really have any sound going here, but that's okay. Alright. I'll take notes later. Something called JOOLS. Jules did not appear to be installed, even though it's installed. So that is junk. Python-based game. It could very well be that there was, out of the 1,000 little bits and pieces of Pygame, a few bits and pieces that wanted to communicate with the user directory, and Yeah, for me to get all these things perfectly, I would die an old man. My hair would fall out. Okay, next is Kajani Combat. Kajani Combat! Can't find the file libstdl.net, so you know where that's looking. That's looking in boot system. Because I built that. It wouldn't build unless I had done that, so there's the same problem I'm having before. Oh, let's go get our library and put it where it wants to be found. Shall we, Bob? So there, with some of these build systems, you don't have control over what it wants to link to. And although the documentation seems to imply and think that, if you link it to one place, it's going to RPath to the same place, it doesn't always turn out that way. Okay, it's finished counting all my libraries one by one. Here's SDL net. Where's my goddamn home directory? Config. Non-package and library. And it shouldn't warn me about copying over other stuff. Now let's see what it does now. Now I can't find the SDL image. Oh, God, even. So, you can build packages and deliver them to somebody else. And if their stuff's pathed differently than your stuff, you don't have a path buried in there, embedded in your, Read Elf Kajani Combats. I bet you it's not going to have any, oh, come on. Elf minus D. Actually, I'll do this one. Now, I'm not doing anything to cause the RPath to become embedded or not. These things just build, or they don't. I'll patch these things, and maybe I'll throw a configure option at it. But by all appearances, it looks like it's crapware, and it's really because you have to do things so exact. I would have to mother the source code to death to get it to what was it looking for? Looking for the SDL image. .2 SO. That's SDL2. Not going to work. Well, James, why don't you just symbolically link your boot home package with that? I could, but then we'd intermix with the stuff I brought in from... Oh, no, we need another one. Okay, TTF. And it's SDL2. Brother. So I got a hodgepodgery of non-packaged stuff in here to get things to work. And it dies anyway because of why? Library PNG. Which is a 30-page patch. It's a complete rewrite, actually. Alright, so Conjunji Converse now. Let's go Kapuka. Kapuka! Now it's looking for a light Mickey Mouse. Probably in here too. So until I get consistent pathing out of Pkgsrc, it's gonna be this kind of, let's put it over here, you know. Because I can't set my own library path. I can't just go in there like in any other operating system and just edit my .profile and add a one-liner to say, hey, if you're looking for libraries, look over here as well. I mean, those are easy instructions anybody can provide. Okay, I've made all these packages. If you want to use them, just add this to your .profile, and you're good. But we can't do that. There's library Mickey Mouse. And I'm around disk space eventually. Got 100 gigs going here. And we died. Why? Because library PNG. That's great. Alright, next. KETM. Kill everything that moves. Alright. Kill them. Does seem to obey. Get ready. Alright, so that works. Let's get out of this. Quit it. No, I want to quit the game. Quit the game, okay. That takes care of it. Alright. Kill everything that moves. Nightcap Brain. Don't tell me I gotta look this thing up. What's gonna do on space here? Just a pretty, it's here. Alright, so there's night GHI. New brain. Well then. And once that's not unclear how you use that, whatever. Alright. And we got this L breakout, and this is actually good. This is the first one. And you basically kind of move this thing around till you die. Just let me out. Let me out. Okay, quit. Goodbye. Okay, then there's a second version, which is new and improved SDL-based local game. You can play over the network. Okay, can we just go? Start the original set. And go. Oop. This one's hard. Well, I'm not a quitter. Alright. So those seem to work. And then we got level 9, which has been around for, that was one of my earlier builds. Game files. I don't know what that is or where. I guess I could try to see if it came with any kind of game files. And it didn't. So that's some kind of emulator, and I just don't know how to use it. I can't really test it. Okay, there's something called lgeneral. Looks like it might actually be, could have been fun to work, to use. The mouse does work. Integration works fine. It's not exactly clear how to play this game, though. I'd have to actually read the man pages for that. And there's some library, it doesn't matter. There's Lin City, which I know that works. I've done that. This is what, the third time I've had this on camera. No. Lin. Where is that thing? It's not small. It's a pretty big. Excellent. Let's see. Do I even have an X server? Yeah, I do. I thought I did. Yeah, there it is. Okay, get me out of here. That one back. Alright, you know, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to do a third part now.